Welcome back to the lab. If I sound a little bit off, that's because my daughter decided to donate a cold to the proceedings, so that's pretty good. NZ Superlap Series final round for this beastie here. That's not tomorrow, the next day. It's Thursday today, so tomorrow I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to be Mr. I was going to say walk around a bathrobe, but you don't want that image, and I don't have one anyway, so, and you don't want that image either. I'm going to do next to nothing tomorrow and stay warm. Potentially run around, double check nuts and bolts on the march there, and pretty much nothing else. But there's some good news on a couple of other things that are here, so let's have a look at that. Yeah, Gloria Super Deluxe. I was going to think of some more words to throw on there, but nah. So this has got something new, a new attachment that's gone on there. That's a radio chip. That's for our LVV, Low Volume Vehicle Technical Association certification. Some big words for today. So you put an app on your phone. Some phones have it already, apparently iPhones not, but whatever. And you scan the chippy thingy, and it comes up with a whole heap of photos and information and stuff and things about what you've done to your car and what you haven't done and all that sort of carry on. So that's good. That's been done. That means she's done as far as low volume vehicle certification goes. It is taken care of. And what isn't taken care of? We haven't taken the rego off hold. I'm a bit too fat to squeeze through there. Hang on a second. Just like magic. We've got a warrant of fitness. So that's done. So she's actually, apart from the registration being on hold, which it may not be now. He might have taken that off hold, might have updated it. She is a road legal machine, finally. 21 months after we started the job. 6 weeks of full-on lockdown, 2 Christmases where the country closes down for basically 3 weeks. A couple of smaller lockdowns that just kind of got in the way and interfered with progress on various things in various ways. Let's open the bonnet here and show you where we're at. Just fits, see? Just fits. You can open that without any dramas. So I took off my, I was just taking the mickey really when I'm put my duct tape on here and said do not touch. Made this little shroud here so that it's a bit harder to get your fingers jammed in the pulley and stuff in the front here. Our certifying engineer wanted that on there. LVVTA, their thing was that it didn't really have to be there because that belt's under the bonnet, so it's not really a thing, but the certifier wanted it there, so we just did it. It's just easier, just get it done. Get her done. So that's it. We've got our new, I think I talked about it earlier on actually. So we've got our data plate, a chassis data plate, and we've got our chassis number way over here on the firewall. And there's a VIN tag that has to go on the vehicle as well. And they've been good enough that they've put that just in here inside the driver's door. And they've put the low volume cert thingy, as I showed you, on the bottom of the B pillar. So it's kept all our engine bay quite nice and tidy. There is something that is standing out big time. I have to try and make that black somehow. It's probably going to have to be 2-pot paint or it won't last with any fuel anywhere near it. So I'll get that done before he picks it up. And there was something I noticed yesterday is the top of the brake master cylinder, that white cap. It would be good if we can get a black one, same as what's on the clutch there. That's how fussy I'm going to get with this thing to get that right, because when you stand back here, those are 2 things that really stare you in the face and say, why didn't you do something about that? And a dipstick, right? But we'll leave that alone. I mean, you can possibly make a little aluminium thing on top of the dipstick, but that's something you can deal with down in down home. When he takes it home, I was going to give away where he lives, but let's not. 50 something kilometers on the odometer so far. Grand total, that's as far as it's been with all its tests and everything. So once rego's off hold, I'll put some fuel in it, take it for a bit of a drive along the expressway and make sure everything's honky-dory, or good, as we might say. Now, this thing, this, I mean, it didn't have silver guards on it last time I saw it. The joys of having a little bit too much power, perhaps, shall we say. I won't go into details. Not me. I'm not responsible for it. So we fitted this VK56DE into here some time ago, and I'm going to change that before he picks it up tomorrow. That blue piece of silicon hose, that was kind of a we'll fix that later thing, and now is later. Later is now. Now is the time to do it. So that's all good. It's been rolling around for a couple of years now. I have to have a look on the lab. You'll see some pictures and photos, and there's an album of it, stuff and things, right? So it's at least a couple of years. We changed the gearbox in that. There's the old gearbox over there behind the Gloria. Not because that broke it or anything like that. It's because that gearbox had 380,000 Ks on it, and she was pretty noisy. So we ditched that. I replaced the clutch with a lighter pedal clutch for him. Also had an airbag fault. The clock spring. Let's show you that. Some of you might be interested. The clock spring had failed. So this is how we get. This is how we get signals from the parts that aren't turning to the parts that are turning. Inside here is a little plastic ribbon that goes round and around and around, in like a clock spring. So that enables you to turn a certain amount of times each way. And when that ribbon breaks, it just keeps turning. Oh, it's actually pulling tight. Oh no, it's gone loose again. So that one's kerfuffled. It's just worn out, just broken from age. Committing sideways there. They do that. That's just what happens. They just wear out when they've been turned left to right so many times. So that's that one. That got a Warren Fitness today as well. So funnily enough, one garage had a VK56DE conversion into a Gloria and a VK56DE conversion into a D40 Navara, both at the same time for me. So that's hard case. The March. Yep, what you're struggling to see here. Here we go. Real carbon fiber. More real carbon fiber has found its way onto this. Fluffing and stuffing around. There's a bit more of it. We're not getting this come up through here. Excusing me. Trying to crash the camera. A bit more of it hiding there. Not a very good job up in there, is there? There's a bit more of it up in there. There's a bit more of it all over the place, actually. Quite a couple of square feet of it found its way into this beastie. That's enough of that. You can see my ugly face in a second. Hang on. Boom! So I made a couple of square feet of that. Just got in there to ditch some aluminium panels to take some weight out of the car. It's just fluttering around, right? So I've pulled, I think, 800 grams out of the car by taking, I don't know what the values were. It was, it might be 1.6 kgs of carbon fibre went in there or something like that, you know, so then, I'm not even going to try and do the maths, but it was 800 grams that came out of the car or thereabouts. I did run around with a angle grinder and a hole saw. I took some more weight out of some other things. There's probably, I think I've ditched about 5 or 6 kgs out of the car since the last time I was on the track, which, yeah, it's a little bit of weight, isn't it? But the car weighs like 1,240 now, probably. It was closer to 1,250, so 1,240 kgs. So percentage-wise, it's not really a big thing. But we've ditched a little bit of weight, and we've gained a little bit of power, so it's got to be faster, right? From A to B, it has to be quicker than what it was before, unless it breaks, which it probably will. Because that's my luck. It's going. Final round is, I've already gone through this, is on Saturday, and it gonna rain, so that'll be interesting. We've got 4 sessions on Saturday. Not a huge amount of rain predicted, but some. We might get a dry track if we're lucky. Sunday is looking heaps better. Sunday will probably be dry. I say that with some optimism. first session in the morning track is likely to be slippery and cold and yucky. The one immediately after lunch is going to be the one where we might set our best times for the weekend. Then there is the top 10 shootout, which is quite late in the day. Sometimes we go quicker in that. Sometimes. Now, as the points stand for the season, I thought when I was down at Taupo and the replacement clutch wasn't holding up, I thought she's all done. We don't stand a chance. There is technically still a chance we might be able to win the season overall if we win the round, this weekend, and Greg with his blue MR2 doesn't get second. If he gets third, I think we win the points this season, but it's not really. I mean, yeah, it's good if you do that, but it's not really what it's about. I just want to make the car run properly and get it going faster each time. So really the goal for me is to do a PB, which is better than 1:10.69. I think we've maybe got that in the bag, but depends on track conditions and the driver, and things are got cold right now. They might play out quite as well as we want it to. Couple of other announcements to do, but I'll hold off on those until we've got some stuff and things, and I'll get this thing on the trailer tomorrow. It will set up ready to go, and next thing you'll see will be us at the racetrack. Alright, cheers for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. That'll help us out heaps. But I'm sure there are a few other Kiwi YouTube channels to do with automotive stuff. New Zealand's quite a tricky market to market. Is that the right word to use? New Zealand's quite a tricky thing to get people on side, right? There's tall poppy syndrome and all that sort of stuff. If you stand out from the crowd, people like to cut you down. They don't like to support you. So I'd just like to appreciate my support from the Australians, of all people. You fellas cross the ditch there in Australia. You actually, there's more of you watching me than Kiwis. So good on you. All right, I'll see you at Hampton Downs. Cheers, bye.